If you feel overwhelmed by an oligarchy forcing its way into government, dropping out of politics and finding comfort in movies is an understandable response. But as film producer Ted Hope writes, all films are political. For me, either a movie accepts the status quo or demands a change to it. There's no in between. If you want to fight an oligarchy, I would argue you have to pay attention to the movies you watch. Why? Because most movies out of Hollywood are made for your distraction while contributing to the wealth inequality that hurts you. The 5 major film studios, Disney, Universal, Paramount, Sony, and Warner Brothers, continue to suppress independent voices and encourage the further consolidation of media. And don't expect the legacy news media to report on this, because the studios either own them or have foundational connections. Disney with ABC, Universal with NBC, Paramount with CBS, Warner with CNN, and so on. I'm going to present some ideas to fight back and still enjoy movies at the same time, what I call the Mediatrocities Movie Manifesto. If you want to watch every Marvel movie, DC movie, franchise movie, any IP movie, that's your choice. These are suggestions, not demands. But if you are like me and would love to see a massive change in both the movie industry and the society you live in, then the first suggestion is to be aware of how the studios treat you. Studios literally refer to you as consumers and movies as products. Those are the terms they use, so remember it's only transactional to them. They only care about your fandom just long enough for you to hope that the next entry in the series will be a great one. So if you're one of those folks who furiously head to TikTok or YouTube to talk about how much the latest movie entry in a series sucks, chances are studios won't really care unless you convince massive amounts of people to stay away. I would argue it's better to talk positively about movies that don't get attention and could use every bit of positive PR they can get. Remember that when you head out to see films, you're casting 2 votes, one for the movie you watch and the other for the venue you choose to watch that movie in. Studios spend millions of dollars trying to make your movie decisions for you. Advertising for the latest blockbuster will pop up everywhere. They want you to believe you should watch these movies so as not to be left out when your friends and family ask if you've seen them. The results are that 25 of the 27 top-grossing movies from 2024 are from the 5 major film studios, and those studios had already announced that up to 70% of 2025 releases will be remakes, reboots, sequels, or prequels. So I would argue, seek out independent movies whenever you can. Make plans on how and when to watch them. Subscribe to indie movie distributors on YouTube and watch their trailers. Subscribe to indie theater social media accounts. Get on their mailing lists to learn when these movies are arriving near you. If they have memberships, join them to keep those places running. Choose indie theaters over chain theaters whenever possible. Attend with empty stomachs to the indies so you can purchase their concessions. And if you need to watch corporate-based movies at an independent theater, be sure to buy that theater's food because that's how they'll make their money. What if there aren't indie theaters near you and you still want to enjoy big screen entertainment? Check if the theaters have discount days or second-run movies where the admission prices are drastically reduced. Also, sign up online for promotional free screenings through companies like Advanced Screenings and Gofabo. It's probably very rare, but if any brick-and-mortar video rental stores exist near you, go support them. And yes, there are still some rental stores that rent by mail, even as Netflix gave up that business model. You can still rent by mail through Scarecrow Video, Facets Film Forum, and Cafe DVD. For free or very low-cost rentals, also consider your public library. Libraries are great places to check out movies you might be uncertain about, and they will take your suggestions seriously if you ask them to stock independent titles. Consider keeping a home library of your own rare DVD and Blu-ray titles. There are still plenty of independent vendors you can purchase titles from, and none of them are called Amazon. And speaking of which, don't ever buy digital copies of movies. You won't own them. You'll only lease them for as long as the home studio will allow before they take that title from you. Instead, you could purchase an NAS, Network Attached Storage, which can act as your own personal cloud server to house your film library and share those titles with others via online movie club presentations. Now, do I think all these steps will make the big studios bankrupt? No, of course not. However, the idea here is to loosen the stranglehold that they have on big screen entertainment and generate an even greater call for more creative, challenging, and intelligent movies. The independent approach can, in turn, extend to other aspects: food, clothing, shelter, goods and services. It's an approach used successfully by those in Eastern Europe who wanted to break the grip of authoritarian control in the last century. So if you want to help collapse an oligarchy and still find entertainment, independent movies are a great way to start. Please help support my efforts by subscribing to Mediatrocities here at YouTube. Also subscribe to my Substack at Mediatrocities, and follow me on Blue Sky at mediatrocities.bsky.social. Thank you.